Hi friends, it's been a long time. I haven't filmed in more than a month, and I've been back from Japan for more than a month. And of course, if you're a sewist, you would know Nippori Fabric Town, the fabric heaven. So yeah, going into Nippori Fabric Town, I kind of had a loose plan of what I wanted to get. I knew I wanted to get like 100% cotton jersey or some kind of cotton knit. I wanted to get gingham and I wanted to get plaid. So these were the three things that it was kind of like in my list, but nothing could prepare me for how overwhelming the whole experience was. It was a great experience, but it was overwhelming.
So I'm kind of like overwhelmed right now.
So let's get into what I got from Nippori Fabric Town. The first few shops I actually did not buy anything because I kind of like wanted to look at all the shops first and then kind of like make my decision from there. I crossed over to the other side of the street and there was the big ass tomato main store. In my mind, I thought it was like 5 stories, but I think it's 7. I remember I kept going up and up and up, and I was like, oh, there's still some more upstairs. It was pretty crazy. So the first fabric that I got is not anything that was in my list at all. It's this fabric. It was in the uppermost level where they were selling a lot of fabrics and haberdasheries for bags. I have a pattern in mind that I wanted to make, so I knew buying this what I was going to make this out of. This fabric was the most expensive of the home haul that I have. This is $12 for a meter. So I really like this fabric because you can see there's like mini flowers everywhere and it's kind of like Japanese looking, but at the same time it's not too traditional. I love the splotches of colors. I love the tiny flowers. The tiny tulips is my favorite here. And then the second fabric is this red gingham. I think I can't remember if I got 6 meters or 5 meters of this, but I knew I wanted like a red gingham, and there were so many sizes for the squares that I ended up going with something that is kind of like a medium square. Yeah, my mom would say it looks like tablecloth. I think I bought this because I knew I wanted to make a skirt out of it and of course some other tops, but we'll get into that. I don't actually remember how much I got this gingham for. I think it was, I want to say 600 yen a meter. Yeah, I think it's about 600 yen a meter. So that was the 2 fabrics that I got from the main fabric store. So I did not end up actually getting any cotton knit or cotton jersey because I couldn't decide.
So I'm kind of like overwhelmed right now.
So I left the store and I walked into another store that was across the road. It was called Zigzag. It's a smaller 1-level kind of fabric store, and then they actually have a rack of like loose fabrics that I think they were like end of the boat fabrics kind of thing. So I got 3 fabrics from them, and they were really cheap because they were like end of the boat and they were like maybe leftover fabrics that were like 2 meters, 2.5 meters. So they were selling it at like maybe 200 yen. The first one I got, this pastel green fabric. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm gonna do with this because this was not in my plans at all, but the fabric is really nice, really soft. I could make shirts, I could make trousers, I could make dress out of this. It is quite a sufficient amount. So that's the first one, and then the second one was something that I've always been looking for. It's kind of like a lace. I found out recently they're called filet lace, like a lace fabric like that. Yeah, it does have like a tablecloth look. Very. Oh, actually, I didn't know. I've never opened it up before. Oh. Oh, this is a surprise. Okay, so the filet lace is only at the bottom. I mean, the design is only at the bottom. When you get to the top, it's kind of like just like a regular lace pattern. It's really, really beautiful. This is, I think, 200 yen for the whole thing. I don't know how many meters this is though. The last one I got from Zag is this one. It's this very Japanese looking design. It looks like something that they would use for an obi, if you know what an obi is. This is the design. It is beautiful. Very, very pretty. Again, I don't know what to do with this. I have no plans for any of the 3 fabrics that I bought, but I'm just going to keep them first. So I think this would be good for like a bag or something, a tote bag. So that was my plan. After leaving Zag, I kind of went back across the street back to the tomato side again. So beside the main tomato store, there is a smaller tomato store where they were selling more like discounted fabrics. There is a whole shelf of fabrics that were 100 yen per meter. So kind of went a little bit crazy there. But then again, it's 100 yen per meter. That's like less than $1. That's like insane. So anyway, the first one I picked up is actually this plaid fabric. So this is a very nice like burgundy fabric, and the material is so nice and so soft. I can't believe it's a meter. I can't believe it's $1. So the only problem with the 100 yen per meter section is that you don't really know what the components of the fabric is. It doesn't really have a label, or maybe I missed out the label, I'm not so sure. So, but this material is so soft and so it's so soft and so nice. I have 5 meters of this fabric and I have a lot of plans for it, but I am now regretting not getting 10 meters. So yeah, so I have to kind of decide what I want to do with this. I do have quite a lot of plans, which I will share and I will discuss. So the next fabric I got is a plain white fabric, but it has like slight like stripe patterns across. So you can see it's a very subtle pattern thing, which I really like. But the only problem is that I do regret getting 10 meters of this. Can you imagine 10 meters is just $10? This is insane. Sorry, I digress. Regret getting 10 meters of this is because the fabric is quite stiff, and I only realized it like after I bought it that it is actually it's a pretty stiff fabric. If you can see, it's like a really, really stiff fabric. So I don't really know what to do with it. I could use this for mock-ups and like twirls and stuff. I'm very unwilling to unfold this because it is so freaking long. Yeah, this is something to think about. I have no idea. I went back to Nippori Fabric Town a few days later, and specifically the discount store. So I didn't really have time to look around because they were like closing. So I just grabbed whatever caught my eye. So the first fabric I got was this black lining fabric. So because it's like 100 yen a meter, I just thought that maybe this would be a good place to kind of like stock up on like lining. So I got 5 meters of this black lining. So the next fabric I got was actually this fabric. This is a really beautiful fabric. It's kind of like a lace fabric, so you can see the lace texture. I bought it only because it was really pretty, but I actually didn't know what to make with this. So I just did some research, and I do have quite a few plans for this. So hopefully that works out. And like, it's such a precious fabric, I don't want to waste it. And then the last fabric that I got is this peach fabric. So this is actually like a lining fabric. So I got it because of that peach fabric, and I was thinking if I were to make a dress, I want a lining that kind of like matches. So I got this peach fabric. So I was thinking, even if I don't use this for that, I could use this lining for pretty much a lot of other things. Just thought this lining fabric could be useful. And that's all for all the fabrics that I got. I also bought some like tools and stuff. So I got this rotary cutter. So I have a rotary cutter, but I got it off Shopee and I don't think the quality is very good. It doesn't really cut fabric very well. Hopefully this would be a much better cutter. And then I also got this like seam measuring thing. So how it works is you can actually put it underneath your hem and then you measure like, so if you want your hem to be like 1 centimeter, 1 square is 1 centimeter. So, and then you can just fold your fabric over and then iron it over. So I kind of did like a DIY version of this. So I just thought that it would be good to like have the actual thing. So that's all I have for my fabric haul. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you next week.